Think the new Samsung Galaxy S24 FE is just another budget flagship? Well, before you make up your mind, there's something about this phone you're not being told. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Samsung's Galaxy S24 FE has just hit the market, and it's already causing a stir. With top-tier features at a lower price, it's trying to carve its niche as a flagship killer. But the big question is, does it really deliver on all fronts, or is there more to the story? If you're thinking about getting this phone, I'm about to walk you through everything: what's great, what's not so great, and whether it's truly worth your money. In today's crowded smartphone market, finding a phone that strikes the perfect balance between performance, features, and price can feel overwhelming. Samsung's Fan Editions series has always tried to bridge that gap, offering a slightly toned-down version of their flagship phones at a more affordable price. But with the Galaxy S24 FE, Samsung is walking a tightrope. Can it deliver flagship-level performance at a price that makes sense? Or are we looking at another mid-range phone that doesn't quite live up to the hype? Design and build quality. Let's start with the first thing you notice when you pick up this phone: its design and build. The Galaxy S24 FE isn't cutting corners here. It's crafted with Gorilla Glass Victus Plus on both the front and back, along with an aluminum frame, which gives it a very premium feel in hand. You'll immediately sense that it's a solid, well-built phone, and for many people, that's a big plus. But here's where things get a little tricky: the weight. At 213 grams, this phone isn't exactly light. It's not the heaviest on the market, but compared to some of its competitors, it might feel a bit bulky during extended use, especially if you're coming from a smaller or lighter device. Personally, after using it for a few hours, I noticed some fatigue when holding it one-handed. It's something to consider if you prefer lighter devices. One thing that Samsung has always excelled at is the build quality, and the S24 FE continues that trend. It's IP68 dust and water resistant, meaning you can submerge it in water for up to 30 minutes at a depth of 1.5 meters. So, accidental spills or a drop in water won't be the end of the world, and that's a feature many budget phones still don't offer. Display. Now, let's move on to the display, which is arguably one of Samsung's strongest points across all their devices. The Galaxy S24 FE comes with a 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED 2X display. What does that mean? Essentially, you're getting one of the best screens in the business when it comes to color accuracy, brightness, and contrast. The colors pop off the screen, the blacks are incredibly deep, and watching videos or scrolling through social media feels smooth and immersive, thanks to that 120 Hz refresh rate. The peak brightness of 1900 nits is impressive too, especially if you're using the phone outdoors. Even under direct sunlight, the screen remains perfectly legible, which is a huge bonus if you're constantly on the go. But, and there's always a but, the resolution is 1080 x 2340 pixels, which comes out to around 385 pixels per inch, ppi. Now, for most users, this is perfectly fine. Text looks sharp, images are crisp, and you won't notice any pixelation unless you're really scrutinizing the screen. However, some power users might be disappointed that it doesn't offer a higher resolution, like 1440p, which is more common in premium flagships. Is it a deal breaker? Probably not for most people, but if you're someone who's really into mobile gaming or high-definition content, this might feel like a slight letdown. Performance. Under the hood, the Galaxy S24 FE is powered by Samsung's new Exynos 2400E chip, built on a 4nm architecture. In simple terms, this is a highly efficient and powerful processor. The phone also comes with 8GB of RAM, which is more than enough for most users. You can easily switch between apps, multitask, and even run demanding applications without any noticeable lag. In benchmark tests, this phone scores quite well, racking up over 1.5 million points on Antutu and an impressive 6299 on Geekbench. What does that mean for you? It means that this phone can handle pretty much anything you throw at it, from heavy multitasking to gaming. I tried running a few high-performance games like Genshin Impact and Call of Duty Mobile, and the experience was mostly smooth, although I did notice some minor frame drops during extended gaming sessions. However, the performance isn't quite at the level of Samsung's top-tier S24 Ultra, which features a more powerful Snapdragon chip. So, if you're a hardcore gamer, you might experience some thermal throttling, especially during long gaming sessions. But for everyday use, the Exynos 2400E is more than capable. Camera. Now, let's talk cameras, arguably one of the most important features for many buyers. The Galaxy S24 FE comes with a triple camera setup, a 50MP main sensor, an 8MP telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom, and a 12MP ultra-wide sensor. On paper, that sounds impressive, and for the most part, it delivers. The 50MP main camera captures excellent photos in well-lit environments. The detail is sharp, the colors are vibrant, and the dynamic range is solid. However, when the lights go down, the camera struggles a bit. Night mode helps, but the results aren't as impressive as what you'd get from Samsung's higher-end models. If you're into nighttime photography, this might be a slight disappointment. The 8MP telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom is great for zooming in on subjects without losing detail, and the 12MP ultra-wide lens is perfect for capturing landscapes or group photos. The only downside here is that the ultra-wide shots tend to have a bit of distortion around the edges, which is common for most phones but still worth noting. Battery life and charging. Battery life on the Galaxy S24 FE is solid, but not groundbreaking. It has a 4700 mAh battery, which in my testing, gave me around 11 hours of screen-on time with moderate use. That's plenty to get through a full day, but if you're a power user who's constantly on your phone, you might find yourself reaching for the charger by the evening. The charging situation is okay. It supports 25W wired charging, which isn't the fastest out there. It'll get you from 0 to 50% in about 30 minutes, which is decent, but compared to some competitors offering 65W or even 100W charging, it feels a bit slow. There's also 15W wireless charging and reverse wireless charging, which is handy if you want to charge your earbuds or another phone on the go, but again, not the fastest charging speeds out there. Software. Running Android 14 with Samsung's One UI 6.1, the software experience is familiar and smooth. Samsung has really refined its user interface over the years, and One UI is now one of the best custom Android skins out there. It's easy to navigate, highly customizable, and packed with features. One standout feature is Samsung DeX, which lets you connect your phone to a monitor and use it like a desktop computer. If you're someone who likes to get work done on the go, this is a great feature. However, if you're not a fan of Samsung's ecosystem, you might find the amount of pre-installed apps or bloatware a bit annoying. The good news is, most of it can be disabled or uninstalled. Now, here's the part that really matters: is the Galaxy S24 FE worth the price? At $649.99, it's positioned in a competitive market alongside phones like the Google Pixel 8 and the iPhone SE. In terms of features, it holds its own. You're getting a beautiful display, solid performance, and a versatile camera setup. But there are trade-offs, like the lack of a 1440p display and average low-light camera performance. If you're looking for a phone that does almost everything well without breaking the bank, the S24 FE is a great option. But if you're someone who wants the absolute best in every category, you might find better value in other flagship models, even if they come at a higher price. So, should you buy the Galaxy S24 FE? If you're after a reliable phone with a premium design, strong display, and solid performance for day-to-day tasks, the S24 FE is a fantastic choice. However, if you're someone who craves the absolute best in mobile photography, high-end gaming, or super-fast charging, you might want to look elsewhere. The Samsung Galaxy S24 FE strikes a great balance between price and performance. It's built to last, has an excellent display, and performs well in most scenarios. But like any phone, it has its limitations. For the average user, it's more than capable and represents good value for money. For power users, there are some compromises that might push you towards a more premium device. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this review helpful, make sure to subscribe for more honest tech reviews, or click on the next video to see how the Galaxy S24 FE stacks up against its biggest competitors.